Good morning, YouTube. I don't know why that was acting up like it is, but that's why we do this. That's why we do our live early in the morning. Because when we gonna f up, it be tragic. It's epic. You know what I mean? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you are doing fine. Good morning, Mike. How you doing? Uh, Mike, man, I wound up destroying my pepper plants. Well, they were dying. I don't know what I did, but they bit the dust. I got like one stalk left, and I thought I was giving it too much light. Then I put it, in the back, and then something fell on the big one, snapped it into. Oh, I wanted to just cry. I was like, man, I bought you up from a seedling, and the destruction. Uh, it just broke my heart. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. You know, putting time and money into your hobbies. I put it this way. I learned a few things that the topsoil I use next time. I got to get me a big tinfoil pan and bake that. It's not even dirt. Everybody, people. It's not even dirt. It's some kind of wood chips and mulch, and you got so many little itty bitty bugs in there that when you start watering it, they wake up out of their hibernation and they just decide that they want to attack your poor itsy bitsy little plants. Yeah, I know it is a bummer. But I learned from that because I'm gonna try again. Um, and I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But it is a bummer because I've never brought anything up from a seed and actually got it growing. That was exciting to actually do, and it's a bummer that they're killing over. You know what I mean? Um, I'll get over it and make up for it and come back again strong. But it's hold on one second. I don't want to have this daggone thing come on. Oh, I know what I do. Sorry about that. Hit the button up here because that's what usually usually happens. I have an automatic that actually turns the engine on, cools down the truck, and keeps it going. But when I turn the engine on, Yeah, see, I should have called y'all behind, Charles. But I was late. I was late anyway. That's why I changed the time so y'all wouldn't be tripping. But because it's usually I get up, and I really don't get up. I just lay in the back and try to gather my thoughts. But it's so funny that I'm sleeping better, not taking my that sinus medicine that was raising my heart rate, my blood pressure, was messing with my asthma, and I'm boy, I've been knocked out lately. But back to what I'm talking about because y'all know I'll be all over the place. Um, this YouTube thing is, again, I've always said it's fun, but I have to get me a notebook out, and I have to kind of sort of start planning ahead. And what I mean by that, everybody that's doing these things, you set yourself up, like at the house, you know, the missus bought me a laptop, but I do most of my video editing on my phone because it's much easier. I hit this button, hit that button, bam, I'm done. I wonder what he's towing. Oh, that's a car hauler. Um, and then I hook it up to a 36-inch flat screen so I can see stuff a little bit better. But um, I want to learn how to transfer the videos. I've kind of sort of figured it out. Transfer the videos from my phone to the laptop, but I need a more streamlined way to transfer the videos over. And then I need a video editing that I can do on my laptop that isn't too brain consuming. You know what I mean? I need something easy. You know, but that's money. I have to start looking at it for what it is. Yes, I find fun in it, enjoying it, but first and foremost, I got to pay these bills. And a lot of my bills are coming from, uh, I'm kind of over extending myself to enjoy these vacations that we do. Um, I need to pay those down and then plan out when we do my time off and our vacations, and we chase Charles and his wife because I like hanging. They're fun to hang out with. Um, the overextension, I need to start planning a little bit better. You know, pre-COVID, I was planning our cruises. We were planning cruises like 2 3 years in advance, and I had enough time to put $25 here, $50 there, 75 here, $10. Even $10 helps. You know what I mean? I got to If I just plug the phone to the laptop, I got to figure out how to do that, and it gives me the what I need. I just don't take any time because I'm usually like instead of taking time and figuring it out, when I get home, I'm playing it. I'm playing it in the dirt. I kind of, sort of, when I get frustrated, I do um like I'm trying to find the right word. I buy stuff and not think about it until it's time to pay the bill. Like, when we were going down to pick up the aerator, I got frustrated because what my plan was to wait till like August, September and to put that sod down, you know, then because I knew that a certain strip of the grass on my lawn is perennial rye that it was going to die out. But I got frustrated and said, "I'm gonna go get it now. I'm gonna order it tonight, tomorrow, today. I'm gonna call over to see if they got any, pallets." And I have to learn how to stop doing that. I mean, even though it needed to be done, I have to learn how to stop doing that because I took a chance on that sod. And as you can see, if you're looking at the video, that video that I made, you could see that mess looked half dead because it was. But I put a lot of fertilizer down, watered it daily, and it actually filled up. It filled in, it grew up and grew out and everything. I got like just two, three patches in that main area, and it looks like a checkerboard on the other side. So and then I bought a plugger. What it does is it's like a little long tube with wire like that, and you shove it down in the dirt, and you pull a plug out, which is I pull a plug out in a good area of the lawn and put it over onto the the bad area that's trying to grow, and then it'll actually spread out and make that area green. Yeah, I need that, but should I had waited? Probably. Um, I've been very blessed that my wife lets me have my little fun, but I need to bring it under control so that I can still have my fun. You know, um, I I haven't been diagnosed, but I know I'm a little obsessive compulsive. You know what I mean? And I was going to say there's nothing wrong with that, but actually there is. That's why I'm talking about it right now. You know, there is something a little wrong with being obsessive compulsive, but I have found a sort of freedom because yeah, I'm going to be 56, but I always have done for everybody else, everybody, but I have not yet done for me. And I have been doing for me, and it's actually helped me personally, helped me internally, and that's something I'm not used to. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I'm like, but you have a lot of people think it's this YouTube thing is a get rich quick um situation, or you're going to be making all this money or whatever. I I'm not saying that I wouldn't appreciate extra money because I would reinvest it back into the back into the channel. I kind of I'm kind of a slow learner, and I don't practice what I preach. You know what I mean? um, but my subconscious needs to still get used to being responsible. The responsibility of my situation. You know, I'm trying to get this out the right way without sounding stupid, but I think I'm kind of sounding stupid. um, I was talking about it yesterday, where I made an effort, but I belong to a. It's predominantly white on Facebook, and it was the same thing. I said I bought this. Actually, I have two of them now, and me and Charles are talking. I wanted to get it halfway going, so I can get what I put into it. Which all I got to do right now is, because I switched it from the other one. I need to get the tires repaired. I got inner tubes for the front, and then I got to get an inner tube for the back left. Get those repaired, and then try to pull out this switch and see if I can get it unstuck or take it to somebody, get it unstuck, and then I'm gonna put it up for sale. Um, and all I said in a post, and I'm not gonna be posting there anymore. All I said in a post was, all I said in a post was, when you go to this auction, look for the salvage stuff, because the auctioneers, when they get this stuff, they're not gonna dig deep into the machine. They're not gonna do it. If it don't start one or two times, salvage. They just write salvage on it. Does not start. And that's all I was saying. Oh, I wouldn't buy that one. I wouldn't get this. Everybody was negative on my channel, on my post. But here comes Mister Paleface, and I'm sorry, I gotta say it like it is, because you could tell it bothered me. Oh, I paid 1,300, you know, 2 grand for something I wouldn't pay 2 grand for. Oh, wow. Where'd you where'd you find it? What's the web page? What's this? What's that? I was like, oh, I see how it is. I understand. You don't have to knock me over the head with a brick. I understand. And I was like, okay, no problem. Cause that same mower that you bought for 2 grand, I got it for 200. Well, actually 260 with the charges and all that stuff. And you know what I mean? It just takes time, and you got to understand you don't belong everywhere either. You know what I mean? I don't belong everywhere, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But you can see it, you can hear it in my voice. That kind of bothered me, but that's okay. Learning how to adjust your budget to accommodate. That just hurt. Was that my stomach? I can't- Thinking all I know is, oh boy, learning, learning to adjust your budget to accommodate your situation. It's like I want to. I'm about to get to 1,000. Um, I'm about like what 190 away from 1,000 subscribers. Got a way to go on the hours, but I'm okay with that. Um, I got. I want to do something, and what I'm thinking is, like, I'm gonna order 2 shirts. Maybe something low, like 2 shirts this month, 2 shirts next month, 2 shirts. 2 shirts a month for a couple of months, so I can have a whole bunch at once, that it won't be taxing on the wallet. You know what I mean? and maybe give away like 25, $25 or something like that, or something to say thank you for hanging out with me and growing with me, and stuff like that. And I'm just, again, I'm in the thinking stages. So, because even once I get past the 200, then I'm gonna need a 190. I still want to do something, but I don't want to just like empty out my paycheck, and then I'll be behind on my bills, and I don't like that. I used to be that person, but I guess I have a weird sense of learning, and I learn by seeing and watching, and not just book whatever. And it's so funny. I tell this story all the time. Is that I was that ghetto ghetto fabulous person where, oh, you're gonna have to catch up with me for pay that, and then wondering why my credit's bad, and wondering why I can't get nothing and can't do nothing. And I remember one day I was watching my girlfriend, who is my wife now. I was watching her. I was watching her. She was paying her bills. And I was like, hey babe, what you doing? He said, I'm paying my bills. And hold up, got it right here so you can see that I'm proof. She takes a notebook, writes them all out, due dates and everything. See, I write them all out, due dates and everything. And it's so funny. For a while, I was doing it. I was just writing them out willy nilly, but I didn't put, by first and last. What's due first? And I finally did that. What's due first, and what's due last of the month, and by dates and everything. Last paying the bills last month was smooth as heck, because I could, okay, I was looking, okay, well, I need to get all that because payday's on this day, and payday, and you know that part of it has made it much more easier and much more doable, you know um so that if I can look, see what's paid. I can look and see what it needs to be paid, and then work to squeeze in, this hobby, YouTube. Uh, it's like I want to get the new GoPro 10 or whatever that one is, but I have to plan that out, because see now, I'm enjoying the GoPro, but the GoPro is for certain things now. And I have like this thing that you put on your head, and I'm learning from that because I had it tilted up, and I got a video. All you see is the trees flying by. You know what I mean? But I'm like, screw that. I'm publishing that. Um, and we all want to have people watch our videos. We all want to have people enjoying our videos, and we want. I don't know about you guys, but that kind of feels empowering. We want to, feel special, and and still enjoy having fun with it. You know, I, I really enjoy doing this. You know, but I don't know if there's a but it's the some of the stuff can and is wearing, not wearing me down, but I just have to start learning how to plan better. I could have had 3 or 4 videos when I last was home, but I was like, yeah, I'm tired, I don't feel like it, blah blah blah. But when I plan it out in my head and write it down, I gotta see it. I notice you do that. I like to try that. Trying to figure out where would I try it. I like doing the because when I'm walking, like if I'm walking to a Tractor Supply or whatever, when I pull the truck over and I'm walking over there, I know nobody because our attention spans are very short. I know nobody wants to sit there and watch me walk a half a mile or a mile up the. So I like the time lapse and it goes faster and I put some fast music to it. That I like because I laugh at it myself because I'm doing the wobble. They wobble baby because of my flat feet. So I'm wobbling. When you see me walking, you see my head bobbing. That's me wobbling. Um, but that part of it has made it. It makes the little things that make me happy. I'm reminded of so much unhappiness, especially when I do these lives. But that's okay. Good morning, Urban Chronicles. How you doing? Um, but that's okay because talking it out is helping. It actually really is helping. Um, and I've had so much unhappiness, and even though yes, we've none of us, other than Charles is my buddy, none of us has ever met. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's oh hey, Urban Chronicle, Urban Garden Chronicle. I was about to jump on your live, but you shut down Saturday. I wanted to ask you because you had mentioned that you had a hard time bringing your blood pressure down. I don't know if you take sinus medicine, um, but I was actually taking Sudafed. It was like a generic Sudafed. And the doctor told me that one of my canals was always going to get infected, and he said you need to take some sinus medicine to keep it clear. And I got to go back to a doctor and ask them again, but the doctor had mentioned that, and then I had for some reason I googled. I heard it somewhere that some sinus stuff that you take for your sinuses raises your blood pressure. Yeah. And turns out this stuff that I've been taking for freaking God knows how long raises my blood pressure. And I'm on blood pressure meds. And it not only raises my blood pressure, but it messes with my asthma. So I haven't been breathing right. So man, I've been cold turkey and boy, don't tell you that. Yeah, and it's a pain in the behind, but get you some water pills. If the doctor didn't uh, prescribe it, get you some water pills. But take you a banana. This is what I do. I don't take a whole lot of potassium because a whole lot of potassium mess you up too. But every few days, I'll take one potassium pill, or that's where my addiction for peanut butter comes. It doesn't come from, but peanut butter or bananas to keep your potassium levels good. Because the doctor was telling me that the your blood pressure, a lot of it comes from the salt and this salt and freaking everything. There's salt in every freaking thing, and I mean, and a lot. This a can of this soup is the sodium is 400 milligrams. My yep. You see, this what kills me with these doctors, man. They are the educated ones. They are the educated ones. Okay, and it took me using my noggin and Google to figure out what the heck was wrong with me. One day I'm sitting there driving this truck and I'm going, whew, oh, 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 wow, what's the matter with me? You know? And I pulled into a rest stop and I promise you, I thought I was having a stroke. And I took this 18 wheeler to the daggone I took this 18 wheeler straight to the hospital. Went in the emergency room. Told him, I was dizzy and I'm going, something ain't right, and no, I don't have COVID. I got three freaking shots. You know, um, I'm not coughing and wheezing and all this other stuff, and I have asthma, and I've eaten, and I went through the whole thing. They ran some tests and find nothing. Cost me 2 grand that I haven't even paid yet. I got to start making payments. Cost me 2 grand. Went to my doctor. Oh, it's your blood pressure medicine. I didn't have my blood pressure under control. I'm gonna drop you down 50 milligrams, and I'm gonna take you off of this, take you off of that, because you might be bottoming out. Didn't take no test, didn't figure out nothing. And something told me, because I ain't got no problem saying it. I got low testosterone. To get the testosterone, whatever, it's like $1,000. I think with MedMD or whatever brings it down to affordable levels where you can buy it, but I haven't even bothered yet. Um, and because I'm pre-diabetic, I go to the bathroom a lot. When I say a lot, I freaking mean a lot. And what I did was, let's see, you know, sometimes you don't, I won't believe the doctor, and this is the reason why I'm telling this story. What I did was, I drink a lot of water, and then a lot of it comes out. And I figured, wait a minute, I'm drinking a lot of water, and a lot of this stuff is coming out, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I might be depleting myself of certain minerals, certain things in my body. Turns out I was. My potassium levels was low. I didn't test it, but something told me look up the what you call it, the symptoms of low potassium in your body. I had every last one of them. Went and got me a big old jar of peanut butter, ate that whole jar. Took one or two potassium pills, and I was looking for whatever had potassium in it, in vegetables or whatever, and started eating. And guess what? I felt I felt so much better for something as simple as that. So much better. So now, like I said, when I drive and I make sure, even though that's not low carb, you know, I'll still eat, just peanut butter sandwich or whatever, and I just keep an eye on it. And another thing that helped me was I just went a whole, you know, I needed to, I didn't do it this week, but I was like eating every other day. So I'd go a whole 24 hours and nothing and not eat. And what happens is your body doesn't go into starvation mode, but it actually, where's that stupid thing at? Let me find it here. Oh, here it is. What your body does, it goes into, it's not, everybody says starvation mode. No. What it's doing, let me see what you say. Yeah, you're right. I need to find. I tried coconut, like real coconut water, not flavored coconut water, and it was nasty. But I need to start doing that. Not flavored coconut water, but real coconut. They just the liquid come out of it, and just put my big boy drawers on and drink it because we have to replenish our body. Just drinking this water, it's really not um it's not replenishing, and I don't like the uh the that other stuff with it's full of everything. I don't like that. I want something to replenish my body's needs, and that's it. And you're right, I'm probably going to do the coconut water. Yeah. You know what it also gives us, see that this plastic right here gives off um a chemical type estrogen, chemical type estrogen. Oh, they load the unflavored, unsweetened coconut water. Ah, man, might have to learn how to open up a coconut. That's what I'm gonna learn. Yeah, yeah. The only one, but I don't know. That it costs an arm and a freaking leg. But to get, it's called Voss. It comes in tall glasses. You can actually get it in not glasses, but tall bottles. You can get that in uh, um, Sam's Club in the U.S. You can get that in Sam's Club, and excuse me, you get that in Sam's Club, but it's expensive. I might start doing that, filling them up, filling them up with water and refilling them, taking them to the tap with, that might be something. That might be something. Uh, but like I was saying, what this is for, this right here is called, it's ketone test strips. What that is if you, when you fast, if you go a whole day without eating and just drink liquids, or not sugary liquids, but just liquids, and like I said, coconut water that's not has all the sugar in it. When you fast, your body isn't going into. Everybody says it goes into starvation mode. No, what it goes into is, and it depends on how long you fast. If you do 24 hours and a little bit more, it goes and it switches from you know wanting those carbohydrates and stuff, and it switches to going for that fat that's around your gut. And when it starts excreting these ketones, that's telling you your body is attempting to switch over to eating the to making energy from the stored fat cells. And the darker it gets on that strip, this is a urine strip though, so y'all know I know ill. The darker it gets on the strip, the more it's tackling that fat. The more it's going for that fat. And if you look on the um, YouTube, especially in our YouTube streets, like that guy Don's Keto, whatever, um, he's on track. Another thing is, and to add to that, to it flush everything out. I know this sounds disgusting, but I promise you it works. It's going to do two things. So make sure you at home when you do it, and you ain't going out for the day. Because if you do it the first time, your body ain't used to it, and you gonna be in the bathroom. Take you like, I don't know if y'all ever do that, a swig of olive oil or avocado oil. If you do the avocado oil, look at the ingredients. Half the time that avocado oil is something else. It's only 10% avocado oil. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm looking because I'm tired of having these man boobs. I'm gonna blame the water on that. I'm gonna blame the water. It's all the water's fault. But the thing is, the thing is, and it's I'm letting you know because you were here, Urban Garden. When you talk about this stuff, it's a blessing to me because I'm like, wait a minute, let me check on that. What this person said, and this person said, and this person. Let me check that. You know what? They right. They right. And the fact is, it's well appreciated when you're gaining that knowledge. You hear that, and you want to say thank you, and you want to say I appreciate you, and you want to say, um, you know, uh, you want to say you actually learned something because you did. And like I was telling Mike earlier, my pepper plants met their demise. I'm still holding on to one, but it's about to go the way of it's about to head off to the dark plains. I'm gonna do a few things different next time, and I might go get me one that it had little baby peppers on it, because I'm gonna have a bare spot in my heart and in my truck because I don't have no plants. uh, but if you take if you take a swig of olive oil or whatever, it's gonna clean you out, and you actually are replenishing your body. Your body needs these good fats. Your body, yeah, I know I'm jumping all over the place. Your body, and it will jumpstart your ketones if you want to do that, and start eating away at that fat. That's one thing I learned. And if you're trying to get rid of your, if you had like someone's had bad cholesterol, um, the low carb diet's for you. And I had like really high cholesterol, and I went full tilt boogie on the low carb, and I was swigging the olive oil, and boy, thank God I have a portable toilet up in here, boy. I was on the side of the road. Oh Lord, Lord Jesus, help me, help me, Lord, help me, Jesus, help me, Lord. But I was cleaning myself out and making. That's not nothing you want to videotape on YouTube. Oh Lord Jesus, help. Yeah, yeah, and you're right, we do. And like I said, I'm a little heartbroken about these plants, but I got it. I'll figure it out. Just like my yeah, Oh yeah. Oh man. That's another thing. I was talking about earlier in this chat. I was talking about responsibilities and being responsible, responsible to the uh my bill paying. Well, I want to announce my Home Depot bill is almost. I'm almost to the finish line for. I've been paying on that thing for a minute. Um, and when I pay that Home Depot card off, it's going into the drawer of no return. I have a dresser drawer for certain credit cards that I ain't closed them, but they ain't coming out that drawer only for emergency. And that was one of the that Home Depot that Home Depot card was one of the reasons why I one of the reasons why I started getting into DIY and repairing stuff and stuff like that, because I wound up paying. I have two sets of bay windows, one on one side, and on the other side is the dining room. That one needs to be done. I'm going to order the stuff for that. Um, the other side I had done professionally, which they kind of covered up a lot of stuff, and then they didn't really repair it for the price I paid. I paid 2 grand. I paid $2,000 for it. Well, that credit, I think I'm down to 5 or 400. I've never been no more happy in my life, and I've been paying for a minute. Um, it's almost done, and when it's done, it's going into the drawer of no return. And if I ain't got it, and y'all know how much I love Home Depot. If I ain't got it, I'm not going to get it. I'm telling you, I learned the hard way. I learned the hard way, but I learned. You know, yeah, I can go get this or that, and no, no, no. We don't. If we don't need it, then it ain't gonna get got. And if I do get it, I need to be able to pay it off at the end of the month. If I can't pay it off, I'm not getting it. I finally. It's taking years, but I'm patting myself on the back. If I ain't got it, they ain't gonna get gotten. And I hope I don't. I hope I don't come. I hope I don't. I hope I don't renege on what I just said, because I will tell y'all, everybody be laughing. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a blessing. Just I say thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, everything. Thank you, everybody. Um, but to end this out, No, hey Charles, I got that from another. Oh, that your birthday present's almost paid off. I'll say that. But I got that from another uh uh another. It's not a Home Depot. It was, and it wasn't Tractor Supply. It was another place. It's another place that was dumb enough to give me a credit card. Oh, I might have to get an operation. Could have lifted that thing in my truck almost. I think I might have a hernia. Who knows? But you don't know. I was so happy you picked it up and pulled it out the truck. God, because I was like, bro, if we can't get this out of this truck, I'm taking it back there and paying them to get pull this thing out my damn truck. that that generator was heavy. Yeah, I know I'm punk, but whatever. Hey, you call me a punk, but that thing was heavy. I was like, whatever. Oh, what the heck? Y'all got me looking around my truck for I don't know what. All right, guys, I got to start my pre-trip, and but if I start the engine up right now, it's gonna jump in and mute me out, and it's gonna switch over, and I'm gonna hit all these stupid buttons that I really don't feel like doing right now. So I'm going to close this down. I'd say thank you for the five folks. Whoa, we done broke out more on the record. Thank you for the five folks that just came in. I know that's right. Oh man, but it's so funny, losing all this weight. It, Losing all this weight blocked out a lot of my problems. No, actually, it revealed a lot of my physical problems. I had a hernia for a long time, but the fat was holding it back. The actual fat on my body was holding it back. And I was like, man, I felt better with it. And turns out I had a hernia. I had a hernia the size of a grapefruit. That's what the doctor told me. Uh, and I hope that I don't have that certain mesh that they talking about. Everybody's gonna fall out and everything. You know what I mean. But again, guys, I want to thank y'all for coming in. Just let you know you're well appreciated. Um, hey, Mike, I held back on the giggles. Yeah, I held back on the giggles, but I'm getting them, so I better get off this. I better get off this live. And guys, just always know that you don't think no one loves you. Know that I love you and God loves you too. Peace out. See y'all tomorrow.